Hello, I'm in Portugal with with three of my kids, and on the beach. And now I want to test something. So the Wim Hof method, is like breathing and then holding your breath. But the Wim Hof method is not about that you can hold your breath for very long. It's not important. It's not what it's about, basically. But then, I'm not sure if you ever heard of David Blaine. He's like a magician, and he's also the world record. Liam, can you have? He's like the world record holder in holding his breath, which is, I believe, 21, 22 minutes, which is ridiculously long. The record was at 8 minutes, and he crushed it from 8 to 16 minutes, and now he keeps on adding like Wim is doing with ice bath every time 3 minutes more. David Blaine is adding a minute more every time, and I believe now it's at 22 minutes. So how David is training this breath hold is as follows. For an hour he's breathing, so he's holding his breath, and then if he can't hold it anymore, he's breathing for 1 minute like really like that. Yeah, so since I'm on the beach here and I like to play around, this is what I want to test now. So I'm going to do this for 1 hour. It will not be a 1 hour video, don't worry. So just going to set the benchmark now, which is I'm going to test how long I can hold my breath with this phone. 8, 3. I almost said the number out loud, which is also the pin of my okay, forget it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the benchmark. Yeah, so before I do this breathing and see if this really works. So an hour from now I should be able to hold my breath like a lot longer, and I'm not sure how much longer, but my record is, by the way, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, so maybe I'm able to crush that. That would be interesting. Okay. I take 3 slow breaths first before I hold my breath. Here we go. All right, this is 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's really low, but I'm used to measuring this when I've been doing the Wim Hof method. So I also noticed that I'm on a holiday and I'm like almost every night drinking a few beers, and that's not like helping my body becoming stronger. Okay, so the benchmark, the baseline is 1 minute and 40 seconds. And what I'm going to do now is to breathe over breathe. It's my kids fighting in the meantime. Over breathe for a full minute and then hold my breath again, and I'm going to do that for an hour. Yeah, so let's I'm going to show the first minute then, and then you will get some snippets of the next hour. All right? Okay.
Mirjam, geen zand op mij gooien.
Je mag hem uitzetten. Okay, I'm now half an hour into my practice. It feels very much like the Wim Hof method, by the way. You know, like okay, first the times. I started with 1:40, then the round after that, like the first round, it was 2 minute 40. Round after that was 3 minute 40, then 3 minute 50, and again 3 minute 50. And then I thought to lie down, so I think, you know, I have the feeling I can hold my breath longer because I'm using less energy basically. But then it was 3 minute 50 again, and then after that 3 minute 16, so 1:6. So I went down like 40 seconds or something. All right. What did I feel? That's also quite interesting. You know, I exactly felt where the inflammation in my body is, and it always starts with my teeth, like round one. It's probably a bit of inflammation in my tooth gum, and then I have like a. It's not anymore painful, but in my arm here it was like extremely painful, but it's like 95% gone. Very lightly the round afterwards. Then my left knee, which is also like an old injury that I don't suffer from anymore. Then I feel, of course, my left butt, because a week ago I was playing basketball for the first time in my life in Brooklyn with like 5-on-5 with ghetto guys, so that was like a bit too explosive for my yoga muscles. So I felt it there. Yeah, so it's different than the Wim Hof method. I'm now 3 minute 16, 1:6, 3 minute 50 highest, and I'm going into the second half hour, see what is happening. But yeah, okay, so see you in a bit.
Ja.
Okay, so that last breath. Okay, I'm gonna give a little summary of the second half hour, but that last breath, you know, after I hold my breath for the longest ever, so I broke my personal record, which is totally not important, but still, that last breath, it's like everything became light in my head. It's so good, you know, it's like really getting high in your own supply. Okay, so second half hour. So the first half hour I tried to lie down. That didn't work. But then before I started breathing again, I had to go to the toilet. So I went up there, had a little walk, went to the toilet, came back. Then my time was again, and I think this is interesting. My time was again 3:05. Yeah, so again lower. Then breathing again 1 minute. 3:35. So like it seemed like there's a bit of a resistance there, you know, like the 4 minute mark, 3:50, 3:40, that I don't seem to get further. And then I thought, you know, for the last two rounds I'm going to breathe for 2 minutes instead of 1 minute, and that worked, because then the time after that was 4 minute 22, and 4 minute 15 was my record, so I crushed my record. Okay, that's a joke. And then the last one was 4 minutes and 36. So it's on my plan to do this for a month every morning, but it's not yet very high on the priority list. But if I will definitely hold my breath even longer. And so this is David Blaine's method. He can hold his breath for 22 minutes. I'm yet still under 5. But it's an interesting method, and it feels much like the Wim Hof method, you know, like in my body. But this is then the technique to learn to hold your breath longer. Yeah, David Blaine, credits to David Blaine, not to Wim this time. And I wonder how it works for you. If you feel that holding your breath is longer, this is the way to train it. And I noticed that 2 minutes I could hold my breath longer. So if I'm going to do this like every morning, I'm going to start first 20 minutes 1 minute, second 20 minutes 2 minutes breathing, then breath hold, and then last 20 minutes 3 minutes breathing and then breath hold. And then I wonder how far I come. Let me know if this works for you, and if you have a comment or something to say. It's always welcome. Thanks a lot, and see you next time. Peace.